mind. Never mind. I see.
All right, Chandler, you are a super confused person, and that's how the viewers will know that you're here. This is I Am the Weed of the God, and I'm joined by the Shambler for another match. It looks like it's going to be a Z versus P match. Shambler, why don't you go ahead and introduce the players?
Well, we have Zeke in the top right corner, and this is on Magnetron, one of my favorite maps. If anyone who knows me, well, will know. But this is the electric blue Protoss Mr. Zeke is playing as, and we have a gateway opener
Interesting.
against Arbuz Budesh's Zerg, and Arbuz's name is Reclaimer's Bad because troll, but he is Vine Green today. And he's in the bottom left of Magnetron. Now, Magnetron's very interesting map because look at the third, Mr. Wheat, right? There's no gas. Now, go to the right-hand side fourth. What do you notice here?
There's no gas.
Yeah, this map has no goddamn gas on it.
Blessed be his holy name.
That's a choice. A very bold choice.
No, it's very simple. You have a main, you have a natural, then you expand to the fifth.
Yeah, which is double gas. And look at that fifth, by the way. What else do you notice about it?
I noticed it's a big, giant, wide circle.
On low ground, with your gas facing towards the enemy's attack path.
So I'm guessing this was not a Shambler map.
No. Shambler maps are very hilly. Lots
of
sometimes they're
doodads.
swampish. And they have lots of nice chokes so that poor downtrodden Protosses of the world can stand a chance against Reclaimers are bad.
So, Shambler, I noticed you submitted this replay for a cast, and I noticed it's another game with Zeke as Protoss. He seems to be preparing his Protoss to take on your Zerg. Is this research?
Maybe it might be that Protoss are going extinct, and I need some sort of preparation.
Maybe you should practice against Zeke.
Yeah, that'll definitely work. Yeah, let's practice against my enemy.
So I will say that Zeke's doing something a little different because he was kind of taking a page out of Ayud's book, opening with the lattice, going into the Grand Library. Ayud doesn't favor Gateway. He will get one. He likes to mix in a Hierophant. He likes to have one of everything. But yeah, the triple gateway, that's something I see more commonly out of like a sausage, let's say. And
yeah, this is interesting. That Legionnaire Scout dying to two Quas and a couple Droleths with the triple gate out of Zeke. This is a more traditional anti-Zerg style. I've been a fan of it back when I went through the gauntlet of slamming my head against the wall as Protoss. The idea is that you get mass Ecclesias to kind of do the Herald, what's now a lot of modern Protoss are doing, which is the Herald spam, right? You're getting that massive shield restore so that you can actually go toe-to-toe with Zethra cores and Vorver cores. I actually think that the Herald spam is better, Herald idle spam, with the proper micro. This is more of in theory, you have more pressure, and in theory, it comes online faster. But in practice, as Arbuz knows actually very well, it basically is actually a turtle build, because if you move out and get caught in the middle of the map here, there is no hope in hell for you against a Zerg who actually knows what the hell they're doing.
And speaking of knowing what the hell they're doing, it looks like Arbuz went for a very fast Fornath Pond, which is something I think is a little more common as a Zerg against Protoss. The Vulvar Core, the additional armor, the HP, the Ensnare, the Armor Rend. It's just a devastating unit, slowing down the Protoss' army so that once they do move out, they literally can't escape. Sometimes you'll see Protoss sniping their own Ecclesias just to get a speed boost and run. And we also have a pair of Nathracors, which I was assuming was going to be sent off for a scout. But here Zeke is. He wants to press the issue against the much larger Zerg army.
So the secret to the Nathracors, and we might see it here, is that you can put them right on the Ecclesias to pull their fire away from on top of the Zealots and make it so that they're no longer shield healing. That's the secret here. That's what he's going to go for. Now, Zeke's got himself right inside the gnat, but this might be a death trap where he's going to... Oh, it looks like he's going to be pinned to the wall. The Nathricors are doing nothing right now, but look at that. The Zets are just tearing through, and it is a slaughter. It's a rout. The Protoss are being gutted on the field. Honor cannot save the day against such reckless hate.
And I do feel that the Zerg probably would have cleaned that up even faster if Arbuz had repositioned his micro to destroy those last two Ecclesias who'd pulled out of the killing line. But regardless, you see it. We're coming out of that with 19 army supply versus 8 army supply for the Protoss. Zerg is a little bit ahead on drills, and yeah, Zeke is just getting ready for the wave of Zerg that's coming to his natural. He's building himself a Warden, he's got a Matrix, he has a line of units, and now the Nathricor can enter the main and can create some serious problems where Zeke's going to have to split his attention. Luckily...
This is a very familiar position for any Protoss who has gone Gateway against a Zerg, a competent Zerg. You know, it will work against the Alexanders and the Jackie Lanskys of the world, right? Or those delicious Zerg.
Delicious shade.
But against someone, a Class 1 or even a Class 2 upperclassman, it's not competitive. That's why you saw EU make the adaptations that he did. Gateway is just not the way against Zerg, I'm afraid. Grand Library, new best friend.
Grand Library does seem to be the new best friend, especially with the Atreus buff, which I do not think this version of replay that we are actually watching has that yet, but we're seeing Protoss is really pulling them out even more than they did before in their PvZs. We see the Grand Library is coming up now, so Zeke, is not very far ahead economically. He's actually behind. He's not in a position that he wants to be in, whereas Arbuz has been able to get his Droleths up. He's still producing from his upgraded pool. He's got the Kalkir Lake, and he's just continuing to add on production. He's getting his third. He's opted to take the gasless base, and he does have Calculusks morphing. And the Matrix is still yet not done in the naturals.
And there's not even much range here because Zeke is mostly has Ecclesias right now. So Calcs with their long range are going to be deadly as long as Arbuz does babysit them, because they are expensive as far as Zerg flyers go, and are rather fragile if caught out. But this can really pester Zeke if he doesn't get some Drakidons out. Well, it looks like we have at least one on the field right now, along with some token static D. But again, if Arbuz is on the ball, he can shoot at the extremities, pick a worker here, pick a worker there, and that will be a death by 1,000 cuts for the Protoss if he just doesn't get smashed outright by this huge Zerg army that is gathering in middle right now.
And the Calculus, there's 3 kills between them so far, and now it's just another way to tax the Protoss. Not only does he have to get his macro up, does he have to get on the map, but he's got to think about the looming threat of these Calcs that are just outside of his range. You can see he's got his Drakidon patrolling back and forth, so he is thinking about it. Though Zeke likely just clocked that, and yes, he pulled his units forward because he did actually see that the Calculus had moved away, and now Zeke is posturing up in the center. He's trying to get himself a position, but this is a wide open map, and there's a surround.
Yeah, this is a bad fight. Zeke needs to escape now. Now, luckily, once those Ecclesias start to die off, he'll get a speed boost, so maybe he might be able to salvage something here. But he is bleeding out on the field right now. This army is just evaporating as the Lyra stutter step on top of it. Oh, he's going to get pinned against the gas. I do not like... Oh, my God. Just hold me.
And there's just no coming back from this. This is the difficulty. You have an army wipe, you're out on the map, you're against the Zerg, and that's GG.
GG.
La la. Whoa, I forgot there's no countdown when we're offline. Hello everyone, I am the Weed of God here, and I am doing a great job already as your caster, and I'm joined by someone who's even better. He needs no introduction. He shambles. He's the Shambler with
I am. Yeah, I don't have a name. I'm not even here, bro. I'm not even here. You can't even... Can't even.
That is the dream
Can't pull
of
me up.
every community member that you would not be here.
Well, too bad, motherfuckers. I'm a collective hallucination. You'll have to kill each other in order to get rid of me.
Oh man, I'm gonna start with sausage. In the bottom left, we have the Alice Blue. Looks, am I colorblind? The Alice Blue Protoss. We have Zeke as he continues to train for the grudge match against the Shambler. Well, we do
AKA
secret.
the white card.
We have double gateway out of him. Experimental. And in the top right, the dark green Arbuz Budesh. Going with the.
He wants some watermelon, but he wants a piece of that Zeke first.
Yeah, he's gonna bite in. It's gonna be fresh and seedy. So pretty standard out of Arbuz, 30 APM. That's just the right amount, I think, if you're playing Zerg. Is that correct? Me if I'm wrong, Chambler.
No, that's a bit too much. Cannoli's actually the best Zerg player. He goes down to 0 APM.
That's true.
That's the real meta. You need to rest your fingers at Zerg.
Now, yes, I've heard people claim that Cannoli's never been seen, but I've had him on Discord on camera. He was eating some microwavable noodles with his feet during a game, and I saw him not touch the keyboard for at least 60 seconds. At that point, he had banked up 3K, and he won with 2 button pushes.
Based in Zerg build.
Yep, that's right.
So clearly, Arbuz has a long way to go to follow in such legendary footsteps. Zeke is scouting with a Legionnaire, but he's going to be very unlucky as 6 Zeths head straight for his main on Knife's Edge.
Wall hack.
This map is very interesting because it's so open that Zerg can brutalize you if you move out, but you also got these magical blades on the map that actually do give you a bit of late game potential against Zerg, because Zerg really suffer whenever there's variations in the terrain levels. I think that's a great way for mappers to actually compensate for the TOS versus Zerg matchup, is to just put more hills in their maps. Also, hills are cool. They're pretty. They make you feel good when you put them on the map. So I don't know why we have so much flat bullshit right now.
I agree with that.
Update the map pool.
I used to live in a place with hills, and now I live in the plains, and it sucks.
Yeah. Fuck the plains people.
So we have Arbuz is just getting his production up. He's going to go to a 3rd Cesiant. He is saving up gas, and one will assume he is going to morph his Quaseth pool into the Vornath Pond, and there it goes. Right on cue. It's almost like I played this game before. He still has some Zeth out on the map, just hoping to catch the Protoss on a move out. He did scout 3 gateways, so he knows there's going to be at least some degree of pressure. Zeke, understanding the matchup, knows that he can't just leave the Zerg to his own devices to do whatever he wants. He does need to pressure the issue, but it can get very sketchy, especially when this pool finishes and Vornaths come into play, because escape is nearly impossible when the Vornaths are involved.
Zeke does have some hope if he can push the Zerg back down that ramp. He can leverage the choke point and the healing. Oh no! Oh! This is gonna be horrible. Zeke!
Where did these Zeths come from?
Board. There's no board. There might be hope here. There might be. We're melting. We're melting. Oh god, it's not terrible.
Oh, what a world!
It's bad, but it's not over. Oh my god.
But he made more.
That hurt. Don't get me wrong, that could have gone a lot worse, actually. But, yeah, we're about to see something horrible happen here. There's 10 Vorvs on the way. This is going to be a Nexus bust coming right on up. The Zerg's going to have an Exo up, and look at this. It's 3 army supply to 31.
Yeah, the Burrow Trap was about as bad of a position Zeke could have possibly been in. His entire army started with a surround. He did manage to back himself down against the wall into the corner and mitigate some of that damage, which shows his skill and experience. But like you said, we've got 39 supplies are moving out against a 6 army supply Protoss. He does have a choke up, but is it going to be enough? And here we go.
It all oh no, the Zerg are in. It's over. It's GG's. You know what? Zeke better count his lucky stars that Protoss are an abandoned species and I can't practice, and that Arbuz is not in the mood for a show match.
You heard it here first, folks. The grudge is only getting grudgier. GG.